The next thing we are going to have a look at is to add our two new properties, which will be refinable 10, which is the nationality, and it will be refinable string 11, which is our employee number. We'll add them both to the user card here, the people card, and we want to show it as a refiner as well. So let's start with nationality, which is refinable string 11. So the first thing we have to do is to make sure that that property is included in what's called select properties. We go in here and have a look. Sometimes you'll find your property in here as well. Let's see, refinable thing. It is not here. Okay, if we can't find it in here, then we can always just add it by typing. So we'll go up here and we say refinable. And then we'll also add, let's see, card and go back in, say refinable string 11. Like that. Now they are part of the dataset that we pull back from the API. So now they will be available here. So let's have a look. We want to show it. Let's see, people fields. We could start up here by adding, just checking it, make sure we want to see refinable string 10. Add it up here. And we can't really see anything here. Where we go? There's one. Our friend down here, he has now Denmark as a nationality in this field. So we can see that it actually works. Let's try to add that as a refiner up here. Let's see, custom filters. We want to see nationality. And that would be refinable string 10. And we want to show it as a checkbox. We can expand it by default if we want to. That's only a good idea if your dataset is pretty limited. If it contains like 30 different values, then it's a mess basically, because it takes up real estate space on your page, which you can which is actually steals from the other refiners. So let's just do that. So we can see in this case, we save again. I want to see those where the nationality is Denmark, so that would be Nesta and that would be Pradeep, and that seems to work okay. And USA, that's our friend Patty, which doesn't have a photo yet. Okay, so that one works fine, just fine. But we don't want to just show it as such. We want to show it both the values, and we want to show them in a specific way. So let's go into our property again here. No, sorry, the profile. We can see down here that we show it as just as a data field. In order to use this property in something like this one down here, which is called a handlebar, we have to add it to. But that's good practice. We have to add it as a slot. Basically, that's on page 1. We have the layout slots. So in here we can map our property. We can go down here and we have 2 columns. Basically, we have a slot name and we have a slot field. The slot name is the name that we use in our handlebars. I often just add like this refinable string 10, and then I'll call this nationality. Nationality will then be the sort of like the alias for that. So we'll add that, and we'll add another one down here. That will be refinable string 11, and that would be employee number. Those two are now do now have a slot, which makes it possible for me to go into people fields. And in this one, I want to add it as use a handlebar expression. In the handlebar expression, I can use something like this handlebar expression. What it's doing is basically says go grab the item which have a slot name which is this one, and our slot name in this case would be nationality. So let's see if something shows up. So let's save and have a look what shows up if I pick Denmark. Yay, we got a value. Excellent. But more than that, we can now change, for instance, if we want to have a label attached to this one. So we can say up here in this box, we want to say nationality. And we can have break. Then we can have a just like that again, and then we say employee number. Slot name for that one was employee number as well. So now we should see both those properties being shown. Well, I have to modify it a little bit. You can see that it's not really nicely formatted, but you can also add your own formatting if you prefer. So I want to go in here and I want to add a space. Likewise up here, or perhaps a colon. Right. And now we show those two properties. Okay. Spelling is not my strong side. So let's see. Employee number. Like that. So now we have those two properties available on the same layout as well, without having to change the layout at all. We just have to modify the various properties that we decide to show in here. So the next step is to convert the nationality field up here by the flag of that nation. So let's see how we can actually do that. So if we go into our people field down here, and we go into our secondary text in this handlebar. I had this challenge some time before, and I added code like this. It basically says that if the value is Denmark, then in the nationality slot, then we should show a image which is from pulling the value from, in this case, pulling the value from the flag cdn.com, and it pulls this value. My value right now is Denmark, but the value that this API expects is DK. Likewise, if I'm using the US value, the value is US, but the value that I have in my refiner, in my value set is USA. So let's see what this one will do, and then I'll just back to settings. So wait, it seems to work. So let's see what it will show if I pick USA. It does actually work. So what I'm showing is the value, the text value, and the icon, the image for showing the flag of that person's nationality. So it's nice little feature. And we will implement the same in our refiners. Samples like this you can find at the PnP repository. It's in the PnP Modern Search Layouts repository, and where you can find refiners, for instance, which in this case is exactly the one that we are looking for right here. It's how to show our refiners using the flags. So if you want to use this, you can just grab the code from here and add it to your refiner code. So let's go grab the code from over here. That we have to update our refiner. It's pretty easy. We go over here, we select that we want to change the filter web part code, replace it with the one that we had in the clipboard. And we save it, and you see that the flag shows up. Let's just republish it. And now you can see it works just like before. The only difference is that we now have the flags available. So that sort of like ends this video, that where we have walked through how to use the people search, how we can filter on various properties, how we can add custom user profiles and add them to our layouts, both the result layouts and the refiner layout. And this sort of like concludes this video. I hope you have enjoyed it and that you can use it, and have a nice day.